Thank you.
You had 900 children, kids of color,
Right.
and they're talking about what's going on, what needs to be done, when we fight. What does the fight look like for you, particularly as you're chronicling daily the plight of our people at the hands of police?
Sure. Well, the young people in the room, one of the things that I try to encourage them to even begin seeing themselves, like those young people aren't the leaders of tomorrow. Those young people are on the front lines today.
Today, right now.
They are organizing in their high schools, in their cities, on their college campuses right now. And I just wanted them to understand that I'm 39. I'm old enough to be some of their parents. That I see them as today's leaders, and I just want them first to understand that elders in the room value them and love them and respect them, and that we know that they are often experiencing this discrimination themselves in cities and counties that never get the coverage, be it not just police violence, but racial injustice all over the country. There might be times where we're fighting against police brutality and our hope is to get an arrest or a conviction or to get some type of justice. I just want them to understand that there are victories that they can have along the way, that organizing yourself is a victory, that understanding your agency and your power and your voice is a victory itself, and that we might not always get and accomplish the goals that it is that we're fighting for. There can be some wins along the way. People today, including in Ferguson, were rejected by churches, rejected by establishment politicians, and so by the time Reverend Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or someone else showed up, these young people had already been rejected by so many other people that they had put up a barrier that made it very difficult for them to trust elders, not because they don't trust elders, but because they have been rejected by so many elders. And I've seen it in Baltimore, I've seen it in New York, I've seen it in Los Angeles.
And I'm from Baltimore. I know what you're talking about.
And so a lot of our young people, for instance, they didn't grow up in church. They may see themselves in a way that doesn't quite make sense in the church environment. And so in our communities, we have to find ways to bridge the gap between
reach them where they are.
Yeah, to reach them where they are, and too many churches, pastors, and politicians have kind of put their nose up at young people today, and it's caused them to put up a bit of a barrier there, and we have to work on that. And I think elders have to own that and kind of say, that's not okay. People are learning on the fly what it means to have political power. And that's the brilliance of why we need and value the NAACP.
And these conventions.
Right. This is the 110th year for the NAACP, which is in and of itself amazing that we still have institutions that have, you think of all that the NAACP had to survive over 110 years, but the NAACP provides training, support, systems that young people need. But what happens is when young people are reacting to a local story of injustice, they may react outside of the structures of the NAACP, the structures of the Urban League or other organizations that have long history. So we just have to find ways to train our young people, to connect with them, to show them how they can use and leverage their power. Like, I think what we found in 2014, 2015, 2016 is they can build awareness. Young people forced, not just the phrase Black Lives Matter, but young people forced the crisis of police brutality into the news stream, making it the lead story in the world for 2014. And many of those young people are now, some of them are working on campaigns. That's 5 years ago. So many of them are leaders today. And so